Here's to the dreamers, the builders, the fighters, the leaders, the people in the trenches. If y'all are tired, I promise I am too. Your words have been more true. Welcome to the Build Something Media.
All right, hello and welcome to the Build Something Media podcast. My name is Chris.
And I am Justin Bethune.
Today we're joined by Ed Calle. Hello, Ed.
Good day. How are you?
We're good, man.
We're doing great.
Thanks for coming in. Build Something Media is teaming up with Truly Effortless Events, Ed's company, and we're working on a real estate trade show event that's going to be at Camp Jordan in East Ridge. When is it going to be, Ed?
It's going to be Tuesday, November 19th.
Tuesday, and it's going to be an all-day event, yes?
It's an all-day event, and it's called Truly Realtor.
Cool. And so help us break down like what kind of things are going to be happening at this event. I know that there are some keynote speakers, some influencers who have over 1 million followers across their platform. Kind of break down, is there going to be food? What people should expect when they come to the Truly Real Estate?
Well, you know, it's Truly Realtor.
Truly Realtor, sorry.
Well, there's going to be a lot of things. You know, when we created the event, we wanted to make sure it was going to be catering to the needs of realtors. The reason why we're having it on a Tuesday is because realtors in the real world, they're showing homes on the weekends. So we want to cater to something that they could go to and not be going to a home show where they're standing in line with not only people, as they call them in the industry, trick-or-treaters or tire kickers. They're dealing with people who do business, realtors every day. Well, what are we going to do to get the realtors in there? So what I did is I got a panel of realtors and said, okay, tell me, what do you need? They were going like, okay, we need free entry. Okay, no problem. We need lunch. Oh, I'm going to get someone to sponsor lunch. We got Jake Duos with State Farm. Jake from State Farm from Cleveland, Tennessee. He's going to be cooking jambalaya and white beans and rice for all the realtors. We'll have cocktails in the evening for the realtors as well. So everything that realtors love for an event and putting everyone that they use, whether it's home related, lenders, title companies, insurance companies, under one roof in convenient form, and having amazing seminars to bring them in as well. Glenda Baker, who is a broker in Atlanta, Georgia, just signed on to be the featured speaker. And she is going to be discussing, in fact, I spoke to her yesterday and she was going like, okay, connect with the moderators and have them discuss with the realtors of Chattanooga. What are their needs? What are they facing that I need to help them with? And I'm going to cover that at the event. So that's kind of, you know, exciting. The fact that she doesn't want to just do a bottled or canned presentation. She's going to come and talk about Chattanooga, which is very important to people in Chattanooga and the surrounding areas. We have other, you know, speakers. We have, you know, a CPA talking about, you know, creative ways to make deductions. We have, you know, a photographer talking about exciting ways in new branding. We have, you know, this company, I don't know if you ever heard of it, called Just Build Something, you know, Media. Have you heard of them? You might have.
Not just Build Something Media.
No,
Build Something Media.
No, I just wanted to say, I just wanted to see if you were going to catch that.
I'm paying attention. I'm awake over here.
Okay. Oh, we're going to have Build Something Media coming in. You know, you guys doing something that is putting your pulse on something that's very important to realtors nowadays is video editing and podcasting and things that a lot of people don't understand, that if you don't stay ahead of the game and do things like podcasts and learn how to edit videos correctly, you're going to be left behind. And that's something that's very important to realtors. In fact, I spoke to a realtor the other day from Athens, Tennessee, who said she's coming just for that. She's going like, this is something that I need. This is something that I want. So, you know, hats off to you guys. I'm looking forward to your presentation as well. It's going to be exciting. You know, the way it's set up, the way it's going to kick off. This is Truly Realtor is going to be nationwide.
Yeah, and so let's talk about a minute. Is the vendor list all full, or do you have some slots available for some folks who can?
We still have a few slots available, and we have a few sponsorship slots available as well.
Okay.
You could go to trulyeffortlessevents.com, or you could give us a call at 423 874-4833. And you'll talk to me, and we'll talk more about vendor slots as well.
Do you have a Facebook or event page for the event that's coming up?
We do have an event page, and we do have a Facebook page. On that page is Truly Effortless Events on Facebook. You could go there as well.
Do you have one that's specific to the event?
We do have a Truly Realtor event page.
Okay.
So if you type in Truly Realtor, it'll pull up the event page as well.
Perfect. Yeah, I want to make sure that we get everybody there because that's probably where we're going to update most for this specific event, right?
Correct. We just created the event page. I want to make sure that we had all the content coming in to be going on it. We already have a ton of realtors that have registered and vendors as well. So it's exciting.
And so just to recap, we've got Glenda Baker, who's going to be coming up from Atlanta. Yes.
Correct.
Almost over 1 million followers on the internet. So really great advice. Going to do a panel with Jonathan Gonzalez and
Whitney Proctor are going to be the moderators.
Nice.
For her.
Yeah, and those two people are wonderful. Jonathan's podcast is incredible. He comes in and does a podcast with us. So shout out to you, Jonathan Gonzalez.
He's also my personal realtor.
Yep, wonderful human being. And so we're so pleased that he's going to be one of the people moderating because it's going to be a great conversation just because he's on that panel. And of course, Glenda as well. But, Jonathan, I'm shouting you out because I think that you're going to steal the show. But
I also heard that you're going to make me do a panel.
Yes. So Justin is also going to do a panel. He and I are going to do one together. The panel that we're going to do is the value proposition behind podcasting.
Oh,
and
I know a thing or two.
He knows a thing or two about that. He's been learning a lot lately about.
I think I might have seen you someplace.
I'm starting to hear that a lot.
Yes. And so there is a big value proposition around podcasting because particularly at a local level, because if you have video content, you're essentially creating a billboard for yourself online with a small marketing budget and a small ad spend to a very small, hyper-specific geographic area and target audience. You can really, you'll end up in a couple of months being known by everybody locally if you just do a small ad spend and do a lot of video. And so and podcasting is very hyper inexpensive because of the amount of content that you get from it versus doing other things like commercials and things like that, where you're not sure if the creative is even going to hit. And we do commercials too, and our creative always hits. That's not true, but it does most of the time.
And also the amount of time it takes with the amount of content
Correct.
that you get with podcasting. So our clients spend anywhere from they either do a 30-minute show or an hour-long show, either weekly or bi-weekly. And they get, so just say you're doing a 30-minute show every single week. From that 30-minute show, you're getting every single week a 30-minute podcast to Amazon, Spotify, all that. 30-minute video, and then 15 short clips, which is what everybody watches.
Well, can I be honest with you about something?
Please.
The reason why I chose Jonathan as one of the moderators was because of his podcast.
I know, right? We keep trying to tell everybody that. He knows the secret.
Wow, it's kind of it's kind of eerie how this has happened. That's
it's almost like you knew him before you met him.
Exactly.
And there may be a strategy to that, by the way.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. With Jonathan, I knew him before I knew him.
Yeah.
Exactly. What you said, you made him familiar with me, which made me realize, this guy really knows what it takes to get out there and get his name out there. And, I always tell people, if you're going to hustle, you're going to respect someone else who's hustling to make it. And he's doing that. And I believe I think he is, and he's going to be making an even bigger name for himself. I think there's a lot of things in his future that's coming, and a lot of it's starting from your podcast. And I'm not saying that just because I'm on it right now. I'm saying that was the reason that he got my attention.
Yeah. And the cool part, his podcast is not about real estate.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
I know.
his podcast interviewing people that he respects and other business people, and it's things that they want to talk about, and then they tie it all back together, but you're getting to know him as a person.
Yes.
And especially when it comes to real estate, you want to work with somebody that you're going to get along with, somebody that you like, somebody you respect, somebody that you know is a decent person.
And who's going to look out for your best interests. And Jonathan really does do that. And I think that comes across as obvious in his podcast.
Yes.
But back to the event, what we're going to be doing at the event is Build Something Media.
It's what we just did right there.
Sort of, yes. So, no, because we like giving things away. One of the things that we're going to be giving away is these short podcasts. So we're going to do the micro podcast things again while we're there. And so if you come to the Build Something Media booth, which is going to be across the way from the stage, then you'll be be able to sit down with either me or Justin or Ed and have a conversation about your business or your brokerage or your journey as a realtor or whatever it is that you're doing that day. Come talk to us. And you'll get that short clip to post to your own social media. Yep. And so
that right there is big.
Yeah, and we've done this before. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
And if you're somebody who's shy and you're not sure what it's going to sound like or look like, we'll have a listening area set up with some headphones, and so you'll be able to sit down, have a listen, see what that sounds like, see what that looks like, and check it out from a viewer perspective versus having to do it yourself. So we have the options. We just want you to come hang out with us for a little while. And see what podcasting is all about, particularly video podcasting, which is what we do at Build Something Media.
You're going to be right there by the stage, which is perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So the way the event is set up is, it's going to be a natural fall into, stage where everything's going to be going on. And right outside the stage, I wonder who's going to be there. It's going to be you guys doing podcasts. So you'll be able to cover everything, which is lovely. And, I look forward to it. And I'm glad that we've partnered up. It's going to be an amazing event.
Yeah, and so now let's get some of those sponsors and some of those vendors who have some really cool, interesting products in here, and let's get them talking about it.
You got it.
Yeah, cool.
See y'all there.
Bye.
November 19th.
November 19th.